Have you ever heard stories about someone living on a piece of land for years, holding all sorts of documents like receipts or a letter from the government, and still not being considered the legal owner? That's surprisingly common in Jamaica, and it all boils down to what's actually on the registered title.
Oh, I've seen that play out a few times. It's wild how people can have a stack of official-looking papers, maybe even a sale agreement, but if the Commissioner of Lands is still the name registered, they're not legally the owner. The paperwork might give them some rights, but it doesn't seal the deal until the title changes hands officially.
Exactly. Folks often think if they've got something in writing, that's enough. But in Jamaica, that title is king. The government, through the Commissioner of Lands, is technically the owner until the registration process is complete. And that can trip people up if they're not careful.
What's even trickier is that people sometimes pay off most of the purchase price or even finish building a house. But if they never get the title updated, they're stuck. They can't sell or even use the property as collateral for a loan until their name is on that document.
You know, that actually reminds me, why do these title transfers get left incomplete so often? It seems like there must be a bottleneck somewhere.
A lot of times it's down to missing paperwork or unpaid fees. Maybe the buyer never submits the transfer document to the title's office, or there's confusion over what needs to be filed. Sometimes something as small as an unpaid survey fee can hold up the whole process for years.
Wow. So a single overlooked payment could leave someone in legal limbo. And while they're stuck, the government still technically owns the land, right? That must create all sorts of headaches if, say, the government decides to reclaim land for a project.
Exactly. That's the real danger. Even if you're paying property tax, if you're not on the title, the government could take the land back for development or sell it off. You'd have a tough time fighting that because in the eyes of the law, you're not the owner.
So let's say someone's listening right now and realizes their name's not actually on the title. What's their next move?
First thing they should gather, whatever documents they have, whether it's a sale agreement, allocation letter, or even a receipt. Then, it's a good idea to talk to an attorney and confirm with the Commissioner of Lands if the government did intend to transfer the land to them.
And if they already have a transfer document or a vesting order, but just never lodged it, they can actually bring that to the National Land Agency and get things moving, can't they?
Absolutely. But if that document doesn't even exist, they'll likely need to get one prepared, pay any outstanding fees or taxes, and maybe even request a written confirmation of sale. It's a bit of a process, but it's the only way to become the legal owner in the records.
It sounds complicated, but skipping those steps really isn't worth the risk. If you're in doubt, get some expert advice before you make any big moves with the property.